Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Rockwood number SD1260 protector bar. A very common piece of hardware that you actually don't see very often, unfortunately. And this is what it looks like. Let's pull it out of the packaging to actually look at it. Protector bars are pieces of hardware that are installed onto doors so as to help protect existing hardware. Perfect example of this hardware is, many years ago I lived in a condo building. It was a 40-story condo building. Laundry rooms were downstairs in the basement, as were the end of the line for the trash chutes, where the dumpsters would be. So if you went downstairs to do your laundry, you'd very often hear thud. Okay. The garbage coming down, you know, a few hundred feet. So there were many doors in the main hallway in this building, built in the very early 1970s, and the knobs and the doors were gashed and bashed. The dumpsters at the where the trash would come down to would have to be rolled out and pulled down this 100-foot hallway to get outside. Bam, 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 all the way down the hallway. Had they just installed an inexpensive piece of hardware like this, they would salvage the expensive trim. That building had all knobs on it because of when it was built, and you know, had not converted to levers. But nonetheless, those lock sets in that building, by today's standards, would be $400 locks for sure. You apply this to the face of the door so that when you come down with your cart, you're going to hit this, and you're going to bounce right off. Okay, that's what this is really used for, or that's an example of where you would use this. Overall height of the protector bar, 2-inch. Overall footprint length, about 8 and 13/16. Its projection, 3 and 3/16. The material thickness looks like it's every bit of pushing 3/16 of an inch. Let's find out what that is absolutely. 0.215. 0.215, so it's heavy on 3/16. A couple of holes for sex bolts that are included. Now, a sex bolt is comprised of a male and female piece. You've got the female portion, which you will drill a hole through the opposite side of the door and insert the female portion all the way through. And what you'll notice is that it has a certain length. Well, the length is basically about 1 inch and 11/16 or so. Maybe 1 inch and 5/8. I've got it pressed up there now. When you drill that hole, and it would be 3/8, I think, for this. Let's eliminate possibility for error. I've installed these and I don't remember the size. Really easy to install. Be mindful if you have a handicap, condition. This will violate handicap code to have projecting hardware off of the face of the door. So keep in mind where you're installing this. You're going to drill from the outside of the door a 3/8 hole. This is going to, once you drill that 3/8 of an inch hole on the outside, the opposite side, the inside machine bolt, which could be 1024, going to go just like that. The point of the sex bolt with this particular length, that when you tighten this down, the shoulder of this and the body diameter of that is 0.308, and then the diameter of the bolt is going to be right at, it's going to be basically 0.18. I would personally drill a hole that would be about maybe 7/32 of an inch. I would be just below 1/4 inch. And what happens as you tighten this, the inside hole is going to make contact with the face of the female portion of the sex bolt and prevent you from crushing the door down. That's why it's designed that way, and that's why you need to be particular about what size hole you're going to drill. Don't drill a 3/8 hole all the way through the door, because that's 0.32, I think we measured. So you'll defeat the purpose. Two different size holes is what will be important for this. So let's take a look at the extended description of the SD1260. Now the 630, that means two things. It means it's made of stainless steel and that it is in a brushed finish. There is a cross-section drawing of the item down below that you can review. One dimension I didn't take is the 2-inch dimension from here to here. That would be important. Let's do that so you know what you're dealing with. Inside clearance is going to be right at about 3-inch on the inside. Okay, over to here you're obviously going to have that 3-inch. You can start to see how that's going to change clearance-wise. Okay. Obviously pause this video anywhere along. Make sure that you're going to fit your trim inside of here. You know, knob trim is really what I'm thinking for this. I can't really see lever trim except if it's an aggressive curved Q-type lever, if I was thinking of a aggressively curved lever. There's a link below this video to a document called Mounting Drawing, which is going to exemplify the installation procedure of not only the SD1260, but the 1230, the 1240, and the 1250 models. Okay? And you can see exactly how this is to be installed. You might fit a knob underneath this if you wanted to, for some reason, you know, position it above or below, but as you can tell from the drawing, this is to be mounted on the back side so that, you know, your lever is operating in this space here. So very handy. It is a 1024 sex bolt that's there. Then they have their trim protector bars, which are shown. There's probably the most common that is on here is the R101LPB. That's a very common unit that we see a lot of all the time. But they're all fairly common in the sense that, you know, they're being used for different pieces of hardware. Okay. Do not sell that well, occasionally. Once a year. The R116EDPL, that 3-footed bar that goes over the end of an exit device. Don't sell that often, but do very occasionally. And you can see exactly how they work in the upper right-hand corner of page 1. Okay, the HD stuff on page 2 is literally going to be a heavy-duty version of the material. Let's see if we can determine what makes it heavy-duty. I'm going to imagine the wall thickness of the material itself. And of course it's revealed when we look at the other link below this video to the document called Product Brochure, where you can immediately see the references to the thickness. This is your 3/16 material. Anything with an HD is going to be 3/8, so double the thickness of what this bar is. I would consider this quite heavy duty myself, and I may not use it if I knew that the operators were going to be intentionally hitting it to act as a way to open the door. I'd probably go with the HD stuff. But if I was doing occasional, or if I wanted to simply, you know, do a reasonable job to protect the material, I'd go with the SD. Although it's the HD that we do see more of. Okay. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Rockwood items that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have any questions on the Rockwood, this is their part number SD1260 and a 630 finish. And stainless steel would be the only base material this can be done on. I'm sure they could do a polished finish on this if you wanted, but I don't believe I've ever been asked for a polished finish on a protector bar. Any questions on this or any other Rockwood product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.